I don't know what girl needs to hear this, but please stop letting anyone just have access to you no matter what, okay? You are special, you are valued, and you do not deserve to feel unappreciated, drained, like your energy is being pulled for literally no reason. For no reason. People are not worth it. People who don't pour back into you are not worth it. And if it really feels like no matter how much you give, you are never getting exactly what you want in return, that's because you are spending all of your energy on people who don't deserve you. People who genuinely do not deserve you, okay? And today we are putting an end to that because we are no longer spending our time on people who don't deserve us, because your energy is special and rare, and where you choose to focus it is huge. It's huge for your life. And the moment you stop letting people have access to you no matter what and let them emotionally affect you no matter what is when your life genuinely actually changes. I'm Brie, and if you're new to the channel, I do mindset and healing videos, so make sure to follow or like the video, okay? Today we're talking all about our energy and about how we need to stop just letting people drain us. Yeah, we need to not do that, okay? Because there's just too much of you that is too valuable to spend all your energy on things that don't benefit you. Let's be real with ourselves right now. Is this situation, whatever situation you're in currently, actually benefiting you, putting all your energy and all your thoughts into this? Probably not. Probably not. The feeling of putting your energy into someone and them just not reciprocating it literally is the most draining feeling in the world. And my heart genuinely goes out to anyone in that situation right now, whether that be romantically, in a friendship, relationships, like literally for whatever, okay? Because no matter how much you give to a person, you just are going to end up feeling exhausted, tired, frustrated, and just emotionally done. And whoever is in that situation right now, there's one thing that you need to realize is that your energy is the most valuable thing that you have. No amount of money, no amount of possessions, no amount of beauty, whatever it is more important than your energy. Where you choose to place your energy is currency, okay? Where you choose to give your time is currency. That's why people get paid to be somewhere doing a job for a certain amount of time, because they're placing their energy into that task. Just like there are things that could literally suck your energy and steal your time without you even noticing, like social media, for example, okay? Like, this is a positive thing that you could be watching on social media, but there's 1,000 things that are just distracting that are actually draining your energy without you even realizing. The first thing you need to know is that your energy is currency. Where you place your energy, where you place your time is important, okay? And it is valuable. Like, it is the most valuable thing about you, actually. The best way to think about this is thinking about your time and energy and how much you let other people affect you as money. Every time you think about someone, do a favor for someone, text someone, that is you spending your money or you spending your energy. And if you're spending it on people who don't meet you where you're at or reciprocate it even remotely in the slightest way, then you are just wasting all your money. You're wasting all your energy. You're wasting your time. So spending all your money on people who genuinely just can't meet you or don't appreciate you, you're broke. You're broke, okay? You're not spending your money well. You're just doing whatever. And you deserve so much more than that. And there are so many other people in the world who will match you and who will meet you where you're at, that you can't spend your time on people like that. You can't spend your energy on people who simply can't meet you. There are literally 1,000 examples of people like this. For example, like friends who only text you when they need something, people who only show up when it's convenient for them, or when you're going through something, it's like they're not there for you. This has happened a couple times in my life, and it's just the most draining experience, because you're not someone's therapist. You're not hired to be someone's therapist. You're not hired to be someone's person for emotional support when they can't even show up for you remotely. And I think it's really important to analyze your friendships and really discern which friendships give back to you and which friendships maybe don't as much. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're a terrible friend. It might just mean that they just don't meet you where you're at. So maybe you shouldn't pour as much energy into that person, and instead just give back exactly what they give you. Not every person in the world is going to match your level. Not every person in the world is going to match exactly what you want or what you think a friendship should be like. Not every friendship needs to be the bestest friendship in the entire world. Sometimes there are just people in your life who they're your friends, and they are people who maybe don't emotionally support you as much as other people do in your life, and that's okay. But it's important to discern that and also understand that you can't rely and trust this person for all this stuff. And if this person's coming to you for all this stuff and doesn't give you anything back, then it's not equal, and it's okay to just have more surface level friendship with that person. And there's actually a real cost of giving away your energy freely, especially on things that don't benefit you. You become so emotionally exhausted. You're spending so much time and energy thinking about other people that you really can't focus on yourself, and really it just ends up leaving you feeling like unchosen and unworthy, when in reality you are so incredibly valuable, and anyone who can't see that is delusional. Sometimes people can also start treating you as like a placeholder, or just someone who's available, who's there no matter what. And that's not the case. That is not the case, okay? You're not just there no matter what. Your friendship, your energy, your love is special and rare and worthy. Just giving it away freely no matter what does drain you and makes you feel just kind of invisible, and like no one actually sees how good of a friend you are or how amazing you are. And that's why it's really important to choose people in your life who can see that and can actually meet you where you're at. I think the worst thing to fall into with friendships or relationships is becoming a safe place for someone who can't also be a safe place for you. If you're going to be a safe place for someone to unload all their emotional baggage on you, you have to make sure that that person can also match where you're at and also hold you as well. Because if they don't, then you shouldn't be that person's therapist for free. Now, at some point, you have to wake up and realize that you are worth more than how you're being treated in whatever situation you're being treated in, okay? You need to step back and finally realize, I'm actually worth a lot more than this, and I'm done entertaining energy that doesn't match mine equally. This doesn't have to be some big fallout. This doesn't have to be some big thing. You can literally just pull back your energy. That's it. You don't have to start an argument. You don't have to fight people. You can literally just disengage in the situation. And the second you stop having people just trauma dump on you and you accept it and be like, oh, I'll listen no matter what, people fall away instantly. And the real ones who actually can meet you stay. Now, sometimes it's hard to notice if you're actually giving too much energy to people, because you can get in your mind and be like, oh, I'm just being a good friend. I'm just doing X, Y, and Z, when in reality, the only thing you're doing is hurting yourself. And I'm definitely talking to anyone with people-pleasing tendencies, because in the long run, the only thing that does is damages you. If you're scared to upset people, scared to say no to people, feeling used but won't confront someone about it or do anything about it, and you feel like you're the one who's working harder in a connection than the other person is, maybe that's a sign that you're giving away way too much energy to someone. You need to realize that you are not replaceable in any sense of the word, and if someone needs to make you small to make themselves feel a little bit better, that's not love, and that's not real friendship, and that's not a real relationship. Now, if you're in a situation like this, there's hope. Do not worry, there's hope. You can bounce back, babe. You are going to bounce back, because you are worthy of friendships that pour into you and deserve the love that you give to other people. So here are some steps that you can actually take to genuinely pull back your energy and do it in a way that doesn't like ruin everything in your life and make you feel like complete garbage no matter what. Because it will feel weird, but like, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. The first thing to do is remove your availability. You are not just always there no matter what. That is personally for me is like one of the worst feelings. If I feel like someone feels like I'm just gonna be there no matter what they do, no matter what they say, that is the worst feeling for me personally. Remove it. Remove it. You aren't there all the time. Maybe you're doing something else. Maybe your energy is somewhere else. Maybe it's in one of your passions. So you're not just there for someone no matter what. Also, stop explaining your boundaries and stop explaining that you expect them to meet you at a level when you already explained something and someone doesn't show up in the way you want them to. That's it. That's it. They already told you exactly what they're going to do and exactly where they can meet you. Even if that's not necessarily a bad thing, that's just where the person is. And start matching people's effort. If someone's not pouring into you as much as they used to, pull back a little bit. If someone's not doing this as much, pull back, okay? Don't try to cling on to it like a panda. Do pandas do that? Like a koala, I guess. Because the only thing that's going to do is make that person like literally not care in the slightest. So when someone pulls back their energy, it's not your sign to be like, oh, let me do whatever I can to cling on to this connection. No, it's your sign to pull back a little bit too and see where you're at after that. You should be your number one priority. Your emotions, your feelings, your dreams, your passions. That is what is important, okay? Because in reality, all these people, no matter what, like they could walk out of your life at any second. You know who's gonna be there no matter what? You literally only have yourself, so you better like yourself and you better really like your energy and how you're living your life, because at the end of the day, what these people think about you, no matter how close you really are to them, it doesn't matter. What you think about yourself is what matters. And that's not to say that your life is filled with no connections that don't value you as much. I'm sure you have some people in your life who do. And if you don't right now, you will find people who value you, especially when you start valuing yourself, because then you finally attract people who actually care about you and want to pour energy into you and will show up for you and be there for you. So truly notice the people who are there for you, who do genuinely show up for you and do genuinely listen to you and pour back into them, because then you're at an equal wavelength, okay? And it's not like you're just carrying the weight of someone's problems. Depending on what your situation is, I'm sure this might feel lonely at first. It's not exactly an easy thing to step back from people, especially when you care about people and you pour so much energy into people, but at some point you need to start caring about yourself more than other people. So this could feel really lonely, but eventually it will just feel peaceful, and then eventually you'll just feel powerful. Your energy is just so incredibly special, and the second you reclaim it, you can achieve whatever you want and you can truly become the person who you've always wanted to be. And it's natural for people to maybe push back a little bit when you take a step back and truly just be like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna dictate my behavior based on how much energy you give, and then I'll give that equal amount. People might not like that, especially if you are pouring so much into someone. That's normal, that's fine, but your value and how much you're actually worth is not up for negotiation, okay? You now understand how much you're worth, and if that person doesn't see it as well, then you aren't getting all my energy. And this isn't some selfish thing for you to do. I know people can make you feel like you're being selfish for literally focusing on yourself, but guess what? It's not in the slightest. Literally the only thing you're doing is being intentional about where you put your energy. So it's incredibly important to shift your mindset, especially when you receive pushback from other people, because personally, the second people start being mean to me, I'm like, oh, like a little part of my soul dies inside. I'm just like, I don't like conflict. I don't like arguing with people. I'd rather be at peace with people no matter what. It's hard. It's hard to step back from people, especially when you know it's ultimately just damaging you to stay in a position like that. So the biggest thing you need to do is switch your mindset from, I feel like I'm being selfish, I feel like I'm letting these people down, to actually I'm protecting myself. Actually, I'm just loving myself, and it's empowering to step back and actually be okay with being by myself. And what you're really doing when you're living in this mindset is actually creating space for people who deserve you and who can meet you where you're at. By finally like honoring yourself and honoring where you put your energy, you attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right things into your life that are actually going to bring you a lot more joy than staying with someone who simply can't meet you where you're at. Now, once you start doing this over an expanded period of time, you actually start being pretty confident, and you actually start really trusting yourself and really liking yourself. You have healthier relationships, and you also understand your goals and priorities a little bit more and exactly what you want instead of what other people want. You do become a little bit more magnetic when you are selective about where you give your time and energy. So the second you realize that not everyone deserves your energy and attention and love, your life upgrades in amazing ways, because you start pouring that all back into yourself. The one person who's going to be there no matter what. It's you, babe. It's you. Not them, not that person, not that person. You. And this doesn't mean you're destined to be by yourself, okay? You will attract people who deserve you. You're not losing people, you're gaining people who actually will match you. Protect your energy, set boundaries, and invest in people who invest in you. And if you guys want to see more videos, make sure to comment. Love you guys.